But let's go across. We have Umesh Chowdhary, Vice Chairman and Managing Director at Itagal Rail Systems, to come in and speak to us about their numbers as well as contextualize what is it that we can expect going forward. Mr. Chowdhary, both revenue as well as profitability saw a decline. Your margins have come off from the 12 to the 9%. Wheelset was one of the concerns with regard to supply chain, which was impacting you. Talk to us about what has caused the slightly muted set, if I can call it that, and how quickly can this unwind?
Yeah, good morning. So the problem with respect to Wheelset had been continuing for a while. Now it has been resolved. I had mentioned it earlier that 1 month of the last quarter, the impact was felt. But from August onwards, the problem for Wheelsets had been resolved. So now we are at a normal production rate as far as the wagon is concerned. And the good part is also the joint venture that we have with Ramakrishna will start production in the beginning of next year. So the wheelset problem should be behind us for all times to come. Because we have seen that the wheelset issue keeps on cropping up from time to time every year and a half. And this would be the permanent solution for the wheelset. As far as the passenger side is concerned, the passenger rail segment is concerned, we have seen an uptake, but this time we have also, along with our results, given a strategic plan, which kind of gives us our roadmap on how the passenger rail system business will grow over the next few years, and how there will be a tectonic shift in the company's overall strategy and overall numbers, from being a predominantly freight rail segment based company, which is railway wagon based company, to a passenger train based company as well. So we believe that with that, the numbers of the PRS itself, as you would have seen from the presentation, will really start picking up to get to almost 60% of the standalone revenue of the company.
I was going to come to that, Umesh. Hi, morning. Because, your strategic plan does show that passenger rail systems are rising now 60 to 70% of revenues by FY28. Tell me, what risks do you foresee in this sharp pivot away from freight, and how is it that you're de-risking the transition?
So, very interesting question. We've gone through so we've seen in the strategic plan, we already have order books to achieve these numbers. We have 3 SBUs in the passenger rail segment. One SBU.
Umesh, I'm really sorry. We're having a bit of that is something key that the market as well wants to know. Given that in their strategic plan, they envision now that passenger rail systems are going to rise to a solid 60 to 70% of their revenues by FY28. It sure is a sharp pivot. So that's what I was trying to understand as to how is it that they're going to de-risk this transition, and how exactly is the implementation going to pan out for Titagarh. But their metro coach order book as well is something that we would like to know from them once we connect to Umesh Chowdhary in just a second from now. The Vande Bharat production ramp up, which is also now to a sizable 380 odd or 384 odd coaches actually by FY30, the implementation timeline, etc. The execution runway is something that we would like to understand going forward. And of course, whether or not their current capacities are sufficient for this kind of scalable or this kind of a ramp up actually. That's something that we would like to understand from Umesh. What about the market? While it started off pretty quiet, have we picked up anywhere from there?
No, we haven't. We are as is. In fact, if at all anything, we've slipped a bit, 1/3% lower, at least on the index. And the pressure coming in, the Nifty Bank sinking slightly, 1/10% lower. So pressure there. But Nifty IT is where a bulk of the pressure has started to creep in. Let's pull up the Nifty IT intraday and you'll see that pressure visibly on your screen. Yes, so that's on the Nifty IT. Where within the IT pack is there pressure? Coforge, Infi, Emphasis, some of the gainers all through last week are especially Infi within the large cap space. is where some of the pressure has come through, but it's across the board. Even TCS is down around 0.7%. Persistent systems is down around 0.5% thereabouts. So you're seeing pressure across the board where IT is concerned, and not surprising, right, Ayesha, because globally markets have been muted, and that is reflecting on the IT index today. So not much of a surprise there.
Right. In fact, I think Umesh Chowdhary is back with us. Umesh, I wanted to know about this passenger rail systems and the uptick of 60 to 70%. Couldn't quite catch what you were saying to this.
Yeah, my apologies. There was a problem in the connection. So
No
I was
problem.
saying that's an interesting question. We've already actually gone through the learning curve, and if you see in the presentation, pretty much of the entire plan that we have forecasted is backed by confirmed order books. So we have three sub segments, or SBUs as we call them, in our passenger rail segment. One is the metro coach. The second is the trains, which is including Vande Bharat, and the third is the propulsion in electrical. As far as the metro coach is concerned, we have delivered Pune successfully. We have delivered Bangalore. The first train that was launched in Patna has been with our train. We will be delivering Ahmedabad and Gujarat Metro this quarter. So, it is a steady flow of the new projects that we are continuing to develop. Now we have order books which see us through up till 2028. So it's only a question of execution with all our plants being already fully set up and operational. As far as Vande Bharat is concerned, the same is the story. We are now starting the production. We have actually commenced the first car body production, and the first train will be rolled out in FY27, and then it will follow. So we have order books up to 2031 there at full capacity, which we have projected in our strategic plan. And the similar is the story on the propulsion, where we still have some work to do in terms of getting our production ramp up, but we are very well on track to be able to do that.
And Umesh, just want to take a step back. Your run rate or your target run rate of 900 to 1,000 coaches per month, are you there? And is that the kind of run rate you're doing from August? So August, September, did you do that? Just trying to get a sense of that.
So it's for wagons.
Yes.
We are doing about, we have a capacity to do 1,000 wagons per month, but we are doing at about 800 wagons, 850 wagons a month. That is also because we are, as we have given in our presentation, we have an order book of about 9,500 wagons, 9,500 wagons. So we are kind of spreading it out evenly so that in case the new orders are coming in by Q1 of next financial year, we don't have to kind of go through a very steep curve, up and down curve. So we are balancing it out about 800, 850 wagons a month, and that's how we are being able to achieve our numbers.
Umesh, sorry, just wanted a quick clarification to that. You're suggesting that the orders could not come in as quickly as you would anticipate, and that's why you're spreading this out in terms of execution?
No, we are saying that the orders are expected to come in, the new tenders are expected to come in. We are hoping that the tenders will come in Q1 of FY27. So we are now executing at the rate of about 800, 850 wagons a month. And then as the new orders come in, we will go for the further ramp up.
And what's the outlook with regard to margins? It's come off. As your ramp up continues, do you expect margins to revert back towards double digit?
Yeah. The margins have always been double digit.
Right.
Margins are consistent. This is only an operating leverage, and there is also a discontinued business loss that has been there because of which the shipbuilding that has been segregated into Titagarh Naval Systems. That is the reason. So, as far as the margins are concerned, neither positive or negative on the freight rail, there is nothing which is impacting. So we are pretty much there at about 12%.
You're saying that you're diversifying, you're ensuring that the same problem doesn't repeat for you. Are you more confident now, given the tie-up with RK and the like, to try and ensure that doesn't that isn't a cycle that you will have to face again?
Yeah, we are very confident because of that. I mean, the whole purpose of getting into the wheel project, of course, it's a great business to be in, but also it was a risk mitigation or a backward integration effort for us. So we have seen over the last 27 years that I have been in the railway wagon industry, every year or 2 years or 2.5 years, there is a problem that we keep on facing for wheel sets. And the reason is that wheels were always, apart from rail wheel factory, they were imported. So under the Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan of the Honorable Prime Minister and the railways, the railway minister actually came up with this unique concept of having a 20-year guaranteed offtake agreement under which we are setting up this plant. So 80,000 wheels out of this plant will be taken over by the railways, and the total capacity that this joint venture will have is 220,000 wheels. So there is enough wheels to cater to our own requirement and also be sold to other customers or exported.
Understood. Okay, Umesh, great chatting with you. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.